Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today is my 57th video of DevOps. So in this video I am going to talk about the fifth type of the instance, that is accelerated computing instance. Alright, so accelerated computing instance families use hardware accelerators or co-processors to perform some functions such as floating point number calculations, graphic processing or data pattern matching, etc. more efficiently than it is possible in software running on CPUs. Alright, so this instance is used mostly in artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning. Alright, and it is also used for live streaming that requires fast processing. Alright, and the game playing also, in which when you are playing a game, then the fast processing is required, so it is also used there. Alright. So there are three types of this accelerated computing instance. So the first one is the F series, the second one is the P series, and the third one is the G series. And each of the series contains some more types, like the F series contain F1, the P series contain P2 and P3, and the G series contain G2 and G3. Alright, so now let's take a look at the F series and P series, G series one by one. Alright, so the F series contains only one type, that is F1. So the F1 instance offers customizable hardware acceleration with field programmable gate arrays, means FPGA. Alright, so basically it provides you this hardware acceleration with the FPGA. Basically the FPGA fastly processes an image and make changes in it. So this is possible in live streaming, in which the image will be processed fast, and similarly while you are playing a game, the image will be processed fast. So it will be possible with the help of FPGA, means field programmable gate arrays. And each FPGA contains 2.5 logic elements. It means the logic gates like AND or NOT gates, etc. Alright, and 6,800 digital signal processing engines or DSP engines. And that it is designed to accelerate computationally intensive algorithms such as data flow or highly parallel operations like the games. The games or live streaming usually requires parallel processing, like the button is pressed and the action is done live. Alright, so in the live series, or in the live actions or the game playing, the parallel processing are required because multiple actions are performing at the same time. So this is helpful for this purpose. Alright, so the F series is helpful for this parallel processing. So F1 provides local NVMe SSD storage. Alright, and these are some of the specifications related to it. It is providing you virtual CPU from 8 to 64. FPGA is provided to you from 1 to 8, and RAM is provided to you from 122 GB to 976 GB, and the instance storage is basically NVMe SSD. Alright, NVMe SSD. So it is used in genomics research, financial analytics, real-time video recording, and big data search, etc. So now let's take a look at the P series. So P series uses NVIDIA Tesla GPUs, alright, and it provides highly bandwidth networking, and it is providing you up to 32 GB of memory, alright, so per GPU. So for one GPU, it will provide you 32 GB of RAM or memory, and which makes them ideal for deep learning and computational fluid dynamics. And P2 instance and P3 instance are the types of P series. So let's take a look at these specifications of each of the instance. So P2 instance is providing you 4 to 64 CPUs, virtual CPUs, and the GPUs are starting from 1 to 16. The RAM is starting from 61 GB to 732 GB, and the GPU RAM is provided to you from 12 to 192 GB, and the network bandwidth is 25 Gbps, in which the data will be transferred fastly. And after that, the P3 instance, let's take a look at this one also. So P3 instance will provide you the virtual CPU starting from 8 to 96, but in the P2 instance it was provided to you from 4 to 64. If you compare them, you can understand it better. And the GPU is provided to you from 1 to 8. RAM is provided to you from 61 to 768 GB. And the storage will be provided to you an SSD and EBS. Alright. So now let's take a look that it is used in machine learning, databases, seismic analysis, means the earthquake study, genomics and molecular modeling, chemistry related, AI, deep learning, etc. Alright. So P3 supports CUDA 9 and OpenCL API, and P2 supports CUDA 8 and OpenCL 1.2. Alright. So G series, let's take a look at this G series. That is, it is optimized for graphics intensive applications, and it is well suited for apps like 3D visualizations applications. And G3 instances uses NVIDIA Tesla M60 GPU and provide a cost-effective, high-performance platform for graphics application. Alright, so these are the specifications of it. So virtual CPU is 6 to 64, GPU is 1 to 4, RAM is 30.5 to 488 GB, 488 GB, and GPU memory is starting from 8 to 32 GB. Network performance is 25 Gbps. And it is used in video creation services, 3D visualizations, streaming, graphics intensive application. Alright, so the G series is specific for the graphic applications that you want to work on, that you want to create. Alright, so now let's take a look at the sixth part of the instance, that is high memory instances. So it is by name showing us that it is used for high memory purpose or high usage. So high memory instances are purpose built to run largely on large in memory databases. Alright, so basically it will provide you the dedicated host. The server, AWS server, will provide you a dedicated host for you in which you can run your server only. Alright, so that's why it is used for the high purpose. So the high memory instances are purpose built. So you will purposely build this from the AWS, and you will request this, and they will run largely on in-memory databases, including production development of SAP HANA in the cloud. Alright, so the SAP HANA applications that will be run on the cloud with the help of this high memory instances, and more applications also. And it has only one series, that is called U series. Alright, U series has three subtypes, that is called U, U6, U9 and U12. Alright, so let's take a look at the nodes so that you can remember them. So basically it is, I have told you that this high memory instances are bare metal. They will do not run on a hypervisor. Same like the previous instances that were running on the hypervisor, but this instance is running on the bare metal. They will not be running on the hypervisor, and they will provide you, the AWS will provide you a dedicated host for it, in which you will run this, and your server will only run on that instance. Alright, so other servers will not be allowed to it, and you will be charged for this dedicated host so that you can run your server in it. And the dedicated host is available in purchasing category for 3 years term. Alright, so you will be given that dedicated host for 3 years so that you can run your server in it. Alright, and we will talk about these the specifications of it so that you can better understand it. So OS is directly installed on the hardware. Alright, so it is not directly installed through the hypervisor or virtualization. It will be directly installed on the hardware. So let's take a look at the features of it. So latest generation Intel Xeon Pentium 8176M processor is used in it. Alright, and if you take a look at the memory or the RAM of this bare metal, you will see that it is starting from 6 and ending at 12 TB. Alright, so this is a terabyte. So this is a huge memory that is we have not discussed in previous instances. So this is one of the huge memory that we have discussed right now. So for starting from 6 to 9 and then 12 TB of instance memory will be used in it, and the largest of any EC2 instance memory that we have discussed so far. Alright, so it is powered by the AWS Nitro system, and it is a combination of dedicated hardware and lightweight hypervisor. So the dedicated hardware will basically, it is powered by the Nitro system, and the lightweight hypervisor will run it. Why? Because the data that will be transferred from the cloud will be with the help of a lightweight hypervisor or the virtualization, but still the dedicated hardware will be used in it. somehow the hypervisor will be used, but that will help us to transfer the data from the cloud. But but the dedicated hardware is set up already so that you can directly access it and run the servers on it, alright, for yourself. And after that, the bare metal performance with direct access to the host hardware, or so that you can directly use this host hardware and the host machine to for the performance, and you can directly access it. And it is for your own usage. It will not be provided to another user. Just we have seen for the in the hypervisor case or in the other instances that the instances was distributed in, among multiple users. So this will not be case for this high memory instance. So EBS is optimized by default at no additional cost, alright? And the network performance is 225 Gbps, and the dedicated eBPS bandwidth is 14 Gbps. So it will read and write the data from storage fastly, alright? So each instance offers 48 logical processors, alright? So now let's take a look at the seventh and the last version and the last type of the instance, that is previous version instances. So basically the previous version instances contains all the versions that were previously used, although they can still be used and purchased, but the Amazon is planning to discard them in the future so that you can't use them further. Although you can still use them and purchase them, but the Amazon is not planning the users to use them, because the better alternatives are present in the market in the Amazon AWS server, so that you can also use them. So basically these are the previous instances that you can still purchase and use them if you bought any of them previously as a dedicated instance, but now they are added to the previous version, alright? So basically it is asking you another question, that if, let's say, if you bought any of the dedicated instance previously, if you bought any of the dedicated instance previously before it was added to the previous version instances, but now they are added to the previous version, so will the price will differ or will the price will matter though? So the price of these instances won't change, they will be the same, alright? So this is one confusion that is resolved by reading this sentence. So that will basically the price won't change, it will be the same. So basically Amazon is preferring other instances over these instances, alright? And these instances are added from different instances, like the T1 is added from T series, M1 is added from M series, and the list is going on. So you need to find those instances and find whether the T is present in the T series and where the T series is present. So this is your work to find it. So it is your homework to find those instances. So basically the Amazon is not trying to prefer those. Basically the Amazon has created the better alternative for them. So that's why they have added it into the previous version instances, so that in the future they will discard them and they will be not used further, alright? So let's take a look at the important questions. So the first question is this, when the EC2 bill starts and stops, or by which mean we have to pay. Alright, so basically it is asking us, so when the billing will start or when the billing will stop, or by which mean we have to pay. So the EC2 instances will start counting the bill if it is booted up, alright, and it will shut down when you terminate. Alright, so the bill will stop when you shut down or terminate it, and the bill will start counting when you boot up. So that's why the billing will start and stop. So now another question is this, that if you stop or shut down the server or instance but didn't terminate, will I have to pay the whole bill again? Alright, so basically what it is saying, that you have stopped the server but you didn't terminate that server. So will that bill be charged also or not? So no, but you just have to pay the storage fee of the instance, alright? So the storage that you are currently using, that bill will be charged, but the starting fees will not be charged to you, alright, because you have not started the instance and that bill won't be charged from you, but only the storage fee of that instance will be charged from you. Alright, so not the processing fee because the server is not running. Alright, so is the pay per second option available for Windows? So the pay per second. So no, it is currently available for Linux servers only. For Windows, it is pay per hour. Alright, so for Windows you have to pay per hour, and for Windows you can pay per second also. Alright, so will the bill be provided based on seconds usage, minutes usage, or hourly usage? So the bill will be provided to you every month, and they will be based on hourly usage. Alright, and the minutes and seconds will be calculated in those hours. Alright, so does the billing contains the taxes? No, the billing does not contain the taxes. The taxes are excluded from those bills that will be provided to you. Only the instances payment is fixed. Alright, so the instance payment is fixed, and that payment will be included in the bill, but the taxes that will be different from country to country will be after that will be included in that bill. Alright, first of all the the instance payment will be given to you, and then the bill will be calculated in it. The taxes will be calculated in it, but before because the taxes are depending from country to country, so that's why they will be differ. Alright, they will differ. So that's it for now. I hope you liked this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.